Hey all! As I already mentioned in my last video, this is the second game against the Viktor, and I want to walk through my lines, how I managed the game, to explain a bit more, to get you guys all up to speed on what a Arakni Marionette dagger focus build can do. So our opponent wanted a rematch, we give it to them. It's right before national season, so we want to get some reps into maybe some more of the rogue decks. I don't know how popular Arakni Marionette will be, but we'll see. So let's jump right into the game, and we will go first. That much I remember. So here we go. Pitching Codex of Frailty, unfortunately not really powerful turn 0 or turn 1. So what else do we have? Kiss of Death, blue. Kiss of Death, very good in Arsenal. So I do believe we want to take a setup, flick a dagger, potentially. Not sure why we didn't pitch the two blues, but let's see what's going on. They block Pummel. Fair enough. Trapdoor, keep Trapdoor in deck. They block Golden Sun, just like last game. That's funny. Get the Golden Suns out of here. And now we play the Bonds. We're not trying to threaten anything. Oh, they have two Golden Suns. Flick the dagger, Arsenal, Kiss of Death. Have them marked at the end of the turn with Kiss of Death in Arsenal. That would enable our combo line with Black Widow. We drew into Funnel Web, which, well, it's not Black Widow, let me say that. So our hand, Incision, Reaper's Call blue, Spreading Plague cut from the same cloth with our Kiss of Death in Arsenal. So depending on what the opponent is doing, we want to keep the cut, the Incision, and the Spreading Plague, because they might... Oh, yo. So they're only hammering here, which is really good for us. So they only hammer, we can keep the whole hand. Play should be just mask for Black Widow. Unfortunately that we don't have the Chelicerae yet, and we are... If we block mask now to use it for Black Widow, we can't use it for Orb Weaver to equip the Chelicerae, but I think it's worth the risk, even though... Why did they play it like this? They might have a bunch of directs in hand, right? So, but as I have been saying, we want to gain momentum here. We want to start the game, start the pressure train. Let's pause here for a second. What did we reveal? Goldmane Estate, Debilitate, Spinal Crush, Test of Strength. So I'm not sure why they just came with the dagger, with the hammer. We have the daggers, they have the hammer. But yeah, we play out the combo line. Coming in for 7, they test us. Most likely gonna win it. We go Snapdragons, we Black Widow. We remove the Incision from hand. We can use Reaper's Call with the Clave, and also now play Spreading Plague, giving them 3 Blood Rods already, which is 6 value, which is rather strong for Spreading Plague. Normal is around 4. So let's see if we execute the combo. We do. The Incision is 3 this way or that way. Can play Spreading Plague. So they still have the full hand, right? They drew the card from Test of Strength, so that's kind of shitty. So we're hitting 1, so they need to banish 1. Maybe they have more reaction. Given that they just attacked Hammer, they must have a Sink Below or some direct in Arsenal. They do. They do. So if they play it here, of course they protect their one card from hand. They effectively block only 1 damage. So I'm happy that Sink Below is out. We can follow up. We flick. They lose 1 card. I deal, or they lose 2 life in the exchange. And the debilitate is gone, leaving them with 3 cards and 3 blood rods. Pretty okay. So they played the Goldmane estate, pitched into gold and come in E-Strike for probably 7, arsenaling 1 card. So E-Strike is just damage. Looking at our hand here real quick, unfortunately not really functioning so well. So it's a hand that blocks really well. As I keep saying, Leave of Witnesses, the first copy is really good to have it in graveyard. Pick to Pieces is just a blue. We don't care. We're not set up yet with Chelicerae, so we don't really need blues. There's a Command and Conquer and a Shred, so we fire off the Command and Conquer for sure. They do an Arsenal right now. We don't have Stealth synergy here, so we can block 2 cards. Probably leave no and pick 2, and then just use the Shred to be resource efficient. They take 6. Yeah, so we are in the lead, 7 points up, coming in with the Command and Conquer. There's worse place than that. They trounce. Oh, yo, the trounce train immediately starts. And what I would give for a spreading plague now. So, they undo the block. Do they even care? Seems to be a tough decision here. They give us a pummel. That's the second pummel down. We're trouncing. We're losing the trounce. We reveal... Do we reveal 2 Tarantula Toxins? That's unfortunate. But, well, we're not equipped yet with Chelicerae, so that's more of a dead card, likely to block than anything else. Yeah. We pass and draw up. Ah no, the one Tarantula Toxin went under, the next one we drew, so they know about this. They have 6 mites popping, so we're ready to block. And we are ready to... probably don't do much in our turn. Maybe, honestly, the best case here is to block with Tarantula Toxin and Bonds of Agony and the Sink Below and put the up sticks and run in Arsenal. 9 block. It's gonna hurt us. Oh, Spinal Crush. Spinal Crush's effect. The crush effect doesn't matter so much, but it's 15 damage. That's what matters. 15 damage is a lot. So here, while they're also threatening pummel, we know 2 pummels are already in graveyard. So I don't want to worry about that so much. If they have it, they have it, sure. But this is, the turn cycle goes to them, I think. Yeah. So here we see Visit the Goldmane estate, pretty good card. But it's only damage, and we're still ahead. So we can block 6, we can block 10, take 5, we're still ahead in life, right? Let's see what the decision is here. We could also block the whole hand. Up sticks and run is not super great with the Clave. So we choose only to block 3. Keep the blue. Okay, that's interesting. So we take 8. The line here, the thinking here is we play up sticks and re-equip a dagger to flick it again. So we get a bit more value out of it. And that's fine. So what that signals is we're more aggressive, so we're not protecting our life totals that much. Let's see how it plays out. So we are 1 point behind now. I think we're realizing now that, oh no, we should have probably blocked with it. So we play the up sticks. We undo. We just attack. because we have the crush effect, so our daggers don't get go again, and that is the problem here. That makes us just dagger for one, which is not good. They give us a sink below, which is interesting. We take it. Let's go. I mean, we we didn't think about this so much here, right? I think that's really bad. And they give us a sink below for this. Whew. So thank you, opponent. And we can arsenal the up sticks and run. So we got some value here. Or diminish their value. So, okay. 4-card hand. They come with Cranial Crush. Cranial Crush, we can't draw cards during our turn. We're not drawing cards in our turn. In fact, let's look at our hand here. Command and Conquer. So they signal us they will have an arsenal. So throwing the Command and Conquer is often the right answer, but that's our prime card to play. We can pitch it off of Spreading Plague. We can also think, oh my god, Command and Conquer is likely to be blocked because they want to protect the arsenal. So Spreading Plague at least gets us 2 Blood Rods. So keeping the blue is an option. And depending on how aggressive we want to have this match, we can say we only block with Scar Tissue. Our arsenal is for the next turn. Yeah, that would block 2, and we go down to we lose 6. We go down to 23, having an interesting turn back. Yeah, with threatening like 10 damage. Let's see what we're thinking of. We could alternatively block Spreading Plague or Pick to Pieces and Scar Tissue. That will block 5. We take 3 down to 26 and throw the Command and Conquer. I think I choose to go the more aggressive route. By only blocking the Scar and trying to mind game our opponent into into blocking the Command and Conquer. Maybe they block awkwardly with equipment. But at least we get 10 value out of our hand. Or maybe we play... Do we... we have the Tunic up. We could also dagger, upsticks dagger into Command and Conquer and then Spreading Plague. But honestly, upsticks and run really only shines if we have the Chelicerae set up. Yeah, so that's the line we were talking about. They want to protect Arsenal. Give us 2 cards. Get 2 Blood Rods. It's too early, honestly. Aha, and we reveal finally a Orb Weaver card. Even though it's just the blue one, there is one now. We can equip our favorite dagger. So we turn into Trapdoor. Now we need to check. Did we see the trap yet? Don't look like. It doesn't look like. So there it is. Den of the Spider. Good value. So our hand. Stop it here for a second. To the point, under the Trapdoor, Saver, Persuasive with up 6 and run in Arsenal. Yeah, let's see first what the opponent is doing. Throwing a Choke Slam from Arsenal, so they had to Arsenal this blue. Attack action cards they control can't gain attack power. Don't care. We're probably not playing an attack action card this turn, so whether or not it crushes us, it's not of interest here. What's more interesting, it comes for 7 and we're at 23, so I don't think we want to lose that much life. Thankfully, we have the Den of the Spider at the ready to at least block 3 for free because we rolled into Trapdoor. And other than that, our hand looks like they are marked. So Saber is live, To the Point is live, and we need 1 blue to, we can re-equip, we can flick, we can attack with a dagger, so all kinds of stuff. So we could block a blue and definitely play the Den of the Spider. And push a lot of damage and a breakpoint and drawing a card. So there's a scenario where we don't block with a card from hand. No, I think 1 blue is fine here. Since we only have 1 dagger, we re-equip, swing 1, flick the other one. We only need 1 blue to do that. So we block under the trapdoor. Interesting choice. This game is probably not getting to second cycle, so I think we're out of this card now. So our trap is stranded in Arsenal, in Graveyard, and we can't play it again, which is probably fine. We want to not have D-reacts now, we want to go ham. So they took 2 damage from the Bloodrot 2 times. So we're keeping the life total closer together. Overall, how is the game progressing? How is it going? This turn is okay. We really need the Orb Weaver card. We need the second dagger. We see our cards are not as efficient with the Hunter's Glaive as they would be with the Chelicerae. So given that, it's quite even. Happy about that. So we came in for 5. Interestingly, we chose to not re-equip. I don't know. But we obviously deploy now for attack extra. On hit will draw a card. They can't now react over it with a sink below or any other 4. They have it. So we still hit. We draw a card. Let's see. Stains. So we have Tunic up. We have Stains, and I think we need to re-equip here. Play the Arsenal card, re-equip a dagger, and swing with it. We need to make more out of our cards in hand. We are not getting enough value. So do this, and then we also need to free the slot again by flicking. And I hope we remember that. Seems like we're not flicking. Yep. Let's see. Maybe we have a plan. Well, still no Orb Weaver card. They rouse the Ancients. CNC and disable, so that's gonna be the follow-up. So they come in for 7. Thankfully we don't have an Arsenal anymore, so that CNC after is of not real relevance. Pause here for a second. Our hand, challenging. Favor good, without Chelicerae. Our whole dagger doesn't really fly, but we are happy to block with Leave No Witnesses. They still have so much armor up. That's easy block. Block 6 here. Maybe block 6 on the CNC and just move on. Oh, they surprise us. They want a value out of their CNC. I have no Arsenal, so they come in for 4, which I'm more eager to take. And just to clap back, they are still marked, so now we can flick the dagger, hopefully drawing into something good. So the line is obviously Saver into 1 dagger, 1 floating, flick the other dagger to draw a card. Yep. Oh man, so many tests of strength. So they block a lot, they trounce and shred, they probably pay a gold and do that again, and then they win it. Okay. Yep. At least that trounce is gone. So we flick for the card draw. And it's a shred. So we are really, I don't want to say we get punished, but we're not drawing the cards in the right order. Damage is done at this point. No, it's not. I can play the shred. And we should totally play the shred, because having that shred in Arsenal now, that's an argument, but it's not interest. They have the CNC still, right? So we want to get it out of there. Deal the damage, mark them again. Life totals really close, 18 to 17. Okay. We finally found it. Orb Weaver red. Here we go. And we also rolled the die into number 3. We also are this Agent of Chaos Orb Weaver. So now, turn 7, finally we are here. Paired with the Kiss of Death. So, pretty good hand. We can deploy Orb Weaver, Kiss of Death, and Scar Tissue. We don't have resource card, so but Chelicerae coming in for free. So we would probably swing that first. So one Kiss of Death here is too many. We can block one if we wanted. Let's see what they do. They have a 4-card hand. Sorry, 3-card hand and an arsenal. So the arsenal, I think, is still the Command and Conquer. They didn't play it last turn, so I don't expect them to play it now. In fact, they're cracking gold. Not liking their Macho Grande blue, and they're crushing the weak, pitching 2 reds. Crush the weak, unfortunately, is in relevant text right now. Can't play our Kiss of Death from hand, because they have 3 base attacks, so we need to block at least 5 to not be crushed. And I think it's time for us to just yield the Kiss of Death to block and play the other 2 cards on our turn. Thankfully, we drew into Orb Weaver, which makes our Chelicerae come in without cost. So that means our line should be block 2 Kiss of Death. Yep. Take 2. They don't signal pummel, we know in the arsenal as well. So here we go. Finally, we are complete. Took us some time. And we swing. 4. They block 3. We pump 3. They take 4. And we are in the lead. Finally, we have more life than our opponent. What did we draw up? Command and Conquer, Codex of Frailty, the blue Orb Weaver, and up sticks and run. So if we can do what we want, the line that I would like to play, since they're marked, I can up sticks into Chelicerae, floating 2. And then we can play Codex into CNC. So this CNC that we see here, I can totally block with that. Because what's better than playing CNC? Codex CNC. They crush the weak again. This time it doesn't matter, because it's only attack action cards. So we do play, we do block the Command and Conquer, taking 4. I mean, that's just a good play, right? And now we see the difference of turn cycles before to, hey, now when we have Graphene Chelicerae, it enables so much, especially when the opponent is marked. 1 blue and Graphene is enough to float 2 resources to have Codex CNC, which is brilliant. It's brilliant. And the upsticks is just a 0 for 4 on top of it, you know. So they take, so now we're threatening 6 damage, 6 go again. So we're inviting them. They're at 14, right? We're inviting them to block already. And then the Codex play hits even harder with the Command and Conquer, because that also needs to be dealt with, right? Okay, they trounce and might draw another card. So that's Unfortunate. They reclash. And they win with a 0 attack. Wow. Unfortunate for us. But we still probably take 2 cards. Either way. They have a might. They have a might and a tunic and the command and conquer and arsenal, so they can just play that basically for free. And it's coming at a breakpoint. We have this ponder. So unfortunately we need to protect our arsenal if it's good. It's another Codex of Frailty. That's pretty good card. So yeah, they have the vigor, they have the tunic. And yes, we knew about that one. Because of frailty, forgot about that for a second, because of the frailty token, it reduces it by 1. So, lucky for us. And look at our hand. Here the Obweaver Spinnerets are coming. Stains, irrelevant. We can deploy it on the Chelicerae, so that's good. Leave no witnesses, kind of awkward, kind of irrelevant. We have Codex in Arsenal, so we can do this very similar line than we did before. We Obweaver red into play Obweaver, pitching the blue Codex CNC. It's a really strong play. Because they are marked, this is relevant. So we block stains and leave no. No worries about it. They are even arsenaling a card, which is fantastic. I mean, we are also Funnel Web Agent. We could have thought about this one. In fact, I didn't. But they also clearly didn't. But Command and Conquer being a better effect. Because it shuts down the D-reacts as well. Pretty cool, pretty cool. So this comes only for 4, not for 6 like the turn before. They block with their Iron Will arm piece. We are not planning on pumping it, so sure. They're in 14, we're at 11, so slightly behind, but we are pushing. We're pushing. We have a 6 follow-up, threatening arsenal, so that demands interaction of them. We have the ponder to follow up, to fill up the arsenal. That's puts it in a good position, let's say. It's turn 10, so we're not close to, or we're getting close to pitch stack, but not really. A couple turns more, maybe we don't get there, maybe we will. So here it is. The 6. They block 6. Yeah. So let's see what they play. And also, obviously, let's see what we ponder. Reaper's Call blue. Don't really want to arsenal Reaper's Call blue right now. So it's one of the rare cases where we just neglect to arsenal after a ponder. Not sure if it's gonna be relevant or not. Let's look out for that. But for now, the hand looks like cut from, swing Chelicerae with tunic counter, so we can block 6 with the 2 blues that we have. They just throw Command and Conquer for 6, so that's a clean block, if I've ever seen one. Turn cycle being 4, 8, 9, plus 6 is 15. We're above rate with that, so happy to see. Notably, they pitched the Golden Sun, right? So what do they have in hand? Visit Goldmane Estate, Spinal Crush, Macho, Crush the Weak. Okay. We're just threatening loads of damage, right? It's 9, they're on 11. They need to give me cards here. Spinal Crush, hard to cast when you're under so much pressure, so that's good for us. The other red card also. So they're really a bit focused on their Goldmane estate, and maybe that's correct. I don't know Viktor too much to judge here. So they create 4 might tokens. Draw a card. It's pretty solid. So what is the follow-up? And then we will look at our hand and what we're actually doing. So they crack a gold. They're fishing for better. They found a chokeslam. And a cranial crush. So chokeslam, again, not relevant, but it's 8 damage. 8 damage is a lot when you're at 11, right? So what's our hand look like? Doesn't look like much, but you should know by now we love tarantula toxin here. Maybe that's the one we put under with the trounce very early, right? So there might be another one coming really soon. Like let's keep these things in mind. We have a blue, we can swing both daggers, we have scar tissue, we have tarantula to punish, so we can block a card. It's not killing us, but it's getting us close, right? So unfortunately we need a pitch card here. We can't just live off of nothing. Can't attack here. There's a situation we could block with scar tissue and persuasive to just take 3 and play our line. Maybe arsenal the toxin even. It's getting risky here. Now here it's getting really to the bone. I think we're not really having a super strong play. They're most likely gonna block the Chelicerae, but there's always a scenario. If they don't block our Chelicerae, we can't convert toxin into 6 points. Do we still do it or not? Yeah. They get precariously low, and let's see if our intuition was right that the other tarantula toxin is coming next hand. That could be a case for actually just playing it, because we're hedging on the other one to come. So we're taking a riskier line, let's say, or high damage line. We're falling down to 6. I think at this point I'm okay with this, because we have the scar tissue, which could be 3 surprise damage for the opponent. We also mark them again, which is relevant. So we start with Hunter's Clave because they're not marked yet. That's just what we have to do. And I think we want to... They're still thinking. I think we're fine of, having Chelicerae do the marking. Even though we're probably getting 3 value plus 1 because they're already marked. But then we lose the mark. Here at this point, I could also see a world where we want to transform one more time. Or rather not transform, but having them marked at the end of the turn. Because then they tend to block out quite a lot and then they stay marked, which could be beneficial for us in the next 2-3 turns, depending on how long this goes. So they do us the favor of blocking with a card to enable our tarantula toxin, unlocking that full value. And now we have them in a very good spot. We're actually threatening lethal here, but we are not stupid. We know they still have the quick dodge flexors here. They can't use it with the tunic, which is good for us, so they need to put another card in front here, or they're dead to flick knives right now. So because I'm aware of this, I'm not flicking, because I have them dead next turn no matter what, if they go to 1 here. So they do the reasonable play of deploying the flexors, pitching a red for it. I'm happy with that exchange. The flexors didn't do much value. But actually, now I'm thinking, if we flick the clave, our dagger buff goes up 1, right? So we're 8. They block, how much do they block right now? Nothing. So we're going on 8. They block 2, yeah, so 1 damage left, so it's floating 1. Could have done it. But now we have the marked 2-card hand. 4 mites. That 4 might be interesting. So yeah, this last hand, let me know in the comments below how I should have played this line. So That's a big Titan's Fist for 8. What is our hand? Bonds, Tarantulotoxin, we were right. That was the second one here. Saber into Codex. So, well, if we could have kept this hand. But we can't. Or we're dead. So we can't even block 2 equipments here. So I think we can just block Codex and Tunic. That could be a line where we go, afterwards we go wide enough for them to give me a lot of cards. So that's my thought here. If they have any overpower, or rather dominate effects here, that would not be looking good for us, and I feel really like we need to kill them now. Tarantulotoxin is the card that kills. They give us so many things. So we deploy the toxin. So they're blocking 8. Sorry, 4 on 8. So currently they're dead. Yeah, they want to enable chat. We have a little talk about it. How, wow, this list, they didn't know about it. Is it good? Blah, blah, blah. Hopefully I don't see it in Nationals. And eventually we resolve the toxin and win. So, and here's our value, 13.5. That's a pretty strong showing, given that we didn't have Chelicerae for a while. Anyways, the rematch didn't go so well for Viktor either. I think it was a good showcase for us to see how a matchup can go when we don't find Chelicerae early. Still managed to get the win here. I think there's a couple of lines I could have played better. Let me know in the comments below if you see any other things I could have done to improve my gameplay. I'm always looking for how other players think about turn cycles, especially with us, with Arakni Marionette. Thanks for watching. See you the next time. It was a pleasure having these 2 back-to-back games. I wanted to take this opportunity to show you 2 games with my thoughts live or recorded in a VOD review style. So I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments below. Thanks so much. See you next time.